now let me show you all of the goodies that I got while at YALLFEST. There's a lot. Plus all the books that I got signed while I was there, which I'm super happy about. Now, you'll probably have seen a lot of the pictures and videos and stuff from when I was actually getting things signed, but I'm going to actually go through the list and show you everything. So here's something I got. This was at the Underline booth, and it was just it's a cell phone charger. Power up, underline more. That's cool. Which is a good thing to have when you're at one of these type things, especially if you're vlogging. I had multiple battery backups with me. And then we have a bookmark, and this is from the HMH booth. And it says, Redemption is Never Free. And this is from Retribution Rails by Aaron Bowman. Dangerous alliances are formed, old friends meet new enemies, and the West is wilder than ever in this thrilling companion to Vengeance Road. It looks like so. Okay, and then I got, honestly, I don't really know what this is for. Maybe, oh, I think I know what it is. I think it's where you stick it on the back of your phone or something. It has a peel off, like, sticky back. And I'm thinking it's like for your credit card or your driver's license or whatever you want to stick in there. But it says, I Hate Everyone But You, a novel by Gabby Dunn and Allison Raskin. And then we have a Wednesday Books bookmark. And it says, Wednesday Books, read it, rave about it, spread the word at Wednesday Books. And I really like this bag. And, oh, this is my favorite bookmark, but part of it fell off and I lost it. But, okay, so it says, so I have this key. Whenever I'm in danger of tears, I go looking for a lock. Why? To see if the key fits, of course. It had a little ribbon with a key on it, and I lost the key. Oh, sad. Okay, so on the other side it says, Carrie Marin, Weave a Circle Round, a novel. Deeply engaging, wildly imaginative, and frequently mind-bending. Looks like this. On this side it looks like this. Oh, and then there's this little card about Legendary, a Caraval novel, which is coming May 29th, which I can't not wait for, because I loved Caraval. It says, Tella knew what people thought when they saw her. One look at her honey blonde curls, her girlish smile, and her pretty dresses, coupled with the fact that she liked to enjoy herself, and people dismissed her as a silly girl. Tella might have been many things, but she was far from silly, or whatever label people like to affix to a person because she was young and female. Tella was bold, she was brave, she was cunning, and she was going to come out of this triumphant no matter what the cost. And yes, Legendary by Stephanie Garber, who is fabulous. She was so sweet. Okay, next we have Speak, the graphic novel. This is just a sampler of it. Looks like this. You know, I know a lot of people are big into graphic novels, but I don't know. I've never really been big on comic books, but I'll try it and see. And then we have the YALLFEST program, which is like a little newspaper, and it was just all of the things going on with all of the different authors and all the different booths and, you know, where the author signings were and everything, and that was really cool. We got some stickers from Wednesday Books. This beautiful, oh my goodness, look how beautiful that is. Beautiful card. It's from Winter Song by jae-jones. The mysterious and beautiful creature was her muse, and she was his winter song. And I just love this. I think it is so pretty. Okay, then we have, this is a sticker, or actually multiple stickers. It says, Everything Must Go is deliciously fresh, fun, and fashionably on point, just like these stickers. So there's like an apple sticker. This one says Jenny Fran Davis. We got this sticker of part of a girl. Everything Must Go is one sticker. Then we have this tulip, a typewriter, some sunglasses, binocular. I think that's a leaf. And then some cherries. And then we got this sticker from Danielle Page, who was also fabulous. I told her that she reminded me of the Munchkin from her first book, the first book in the Dorothy Must Die series, and she was like, yes! I wasn't even thinking about that when I got dressed, and she was like in leather and studs, and I was like, yep, badass Munchkin. She's like, I like that, badass Munchkin. But this is a sticker from her Stealing Snow book, which I'm going to have to read now. We got a bookmark for the, I guess this is the last book in the Dorothy Must Die series, and it says The End of Oz, and it's got all of her different, her webpage, her Twitter, her Instagram, her Facebook, her Tumblr, all of that. Then we got this poster for the bells, and the back of the poster is actually a chapter sampler. We have, it looks like the first 2 chapters maybe are on the back, that's pretty cool. I didn't even notice that before. And this is The Bells by Danielle Clayton. I don't know if I'm saying that right or not. I just thought it was a beautiful poster. Okay, the hotel gave us a 2017 official visitor's guide of Charleston, South Carolina, which is pretty cool because I plan on totally going back year after year for YALLFEST. And so that'll be handy in my planning. Because next time I go, I'm totally going to go for longer than just the weekend because Charleston is really cool. And I would love to go and spend more time there. Okay, next we had this little pamphlet about Renee Adelaide and Flame in the Mist. And so it's just got like a little Q&A with her in it. This is a comic, or I don't know if it's the whole thing or not, but it's Spill Night by Scott Westerfield. And it says no entry, no photos, no survivors. Yeah, again, I'll check it out. I'm not a really big comic person, but who knows? I might realize that now I am, so. Okay, I got 2 Renegade slap bracelets. Bam. Which I may use one or both of these in a giveaway at some point. Okay, then we've got okay, this is a little temporary tattoo for Spill Zone. We have another temporary tattoo that's I Heart YA Comics. Okay, so there's a postcard. Every woman has a story to tell. Will you listen? And in the back, or this part says, I am the thing with teeth. I am the messy, too much feeling girl who can smile and growl at the same time. I am the dragon, slipped free of its leash. Libba Bray. And Libba Bray is so cool. I'm sure I included a video, like a picture of the, well, and I'll show it to you now too, of the autograph that she did in my book. Marty, my husband, he was actually the one that stood in line for her and got her autograph because I was currently in the spotlight with Jason Segel and Kirsten Miller whenever it was time for her signing. But she signed my books and it was super cute. Also, she is a freaking rock star, which you will have also seen in my videos. Okay, this was from Zach Brewer and it says, Z loves you. And stay strong. I got a little pin. Beware the berserker. Got my Fierce Reads tote bag. And I didn't think of this until way too late. But a lot of other people had like authors signing their bags. And I saw one person that actually had an author write. See, it says here, my favorite author said to me. And they actually had authors write little comments or quotes or whatever in the little speech bubbles. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's such a good idea. I'm going to bring this back with me next year and get them to do that. Because I thought that was really cool. And then, when we went into the YA Smackdown, everybody got a Shadowhunters bag, tote bag. And so I got 2 of them. Yay! Which was super awesome because Marty went with me. And they asked him, do you want a bag? And he's like, oh no, I'm okay. And I was like, yes, he does. And then I met lots of other booktubers, and they gave me their cards, which is cool. We have a couple of YALLFEST bookmarks, which are really, really cool. I bought me a YALLFEST t-shirt, or no, long sleeve shirt. So it looks like this on the front. And on the back, we have their like poster. I thought that was really awesome. And I got me a book nerd hat, which I totally am, so. Okay, and then for the books that I got while I was there. Okay, so while I was waiting in line for Cassandra Clare's autograph, actually when I was waiting in all of the lines, I was talking with everybody in line with me. And one of the ladies that I talked to in the line just happened to be Kira Cass's personal assistant, which is really, really cool. And you probably saw that in this video as well. But she had, okay, so Kira Cass wasn't able to make it to YALLFEST this year for personal reasons, a schedule or something. And so she sent her personal assistant with a whole bunch of signed copies of her books to just give away. And I was just lucky enough to be talking to her in line, and well, she just happened to ask me if I knew who Kira Cass was, and I'm like, absolutely. And asked me if I had her books, and I said I did. And she asked me if I had any signed copies, and I told her that I had one book. I wasn't sure which one, but I had one of them that was signed. She's like, well, Kira gave me these to give away, and would you like them? And I'm like, yes! So I ended up getting The Crown and The Heir signed copies, which is awesome. Now, if either of these happen to be the same as one I already have signed, then I'll use this in a giveaway. May not be this giveaway, maybe a different giveaway, but I'll put it in the giveaway. Okay, and then I got at the Fierce Reads booth their book blind date. I got Broken Beautiful Hearts by Cami Garcia. It's the arc of her new book, and it's quite a big book. And I love Cami Garcia. I loved Beautiful Creatures, so I'm super excited to read this. And it says, her heart has to break before it can open. When soccer player Peyton Rios receives an offer from her first choice college, her senior year starts off exactly as planned. But when Peyton uncovers her boyfriend's dark secret, she confronts him and finds herself falling down a flight of stairs. Peyton's knee and maybe her dream of going pro is shattered. Everyone is talking. Was she pushed or did she fall? Peyton knows the truth, even if no one believes her. He has to let someone in before it's too late. With her future on the line, Peyton goes to stay with her uncle in a small Tennessee town. In a small Tennessee town to focus on her recovery. Dating is the last thing on her mind until she meets sweet, sexy Owen Law. But Peyton doesn't trust her heart, especially when she senses that Owen is hiding something. When their secrets are finally exposed, Peyton has to decide if love is worth fighting for. And, okay, that sounds interesting. And I want to know what small town in Tennessee, because that's pretty cool. I think she told me when I was in her line that it's quite, I think it gets quite steamy, so I don't mind that. Alright, then at the HMH booth, they had a book blind date kind of thing going on, and I got Bull by David Elliott. It says, The Myth of the Minotaur, that's Bull. So Alan Wolfe, author of The Watch That Ends the Night and Newfoundland, says, David Elliott's Bull does for mythology what Lin-Manuel Miranda's Hamilton has done for U.S. history. Teens of all genders and reading levels will devour this salty, quick-witted retelling and the timely truth of this story. It takes a god to make a boy into a beast, but it is we humans who turn him into a monster. I love this book. Okay, so those are all the free books that I got while at YALLFEST. Now, I pre-ordered this before going there, I ordered the 10th anniversary of City of Bones by Cassandra Clare. And look at how gorgeous this is. So shiny. And then the inside cover. Beautiful. The back. Oh, so beautiful. And I got all teary-eyed when I met her and got her to sign my books, and she signed my arm, and apparently that's kind of a big deal because I guess there's very limited things that she will actually sign, and just books, and limited books she'll sign, and all of that kind of stuff. But she signed my arm, and what's even cooler than that is she didn't do the signature that she does in her books now, which is pretty much, here, I'll show you. It's pretty much a C with a line and a C with a line. But as you will have seen a picture of in the video, because I know I'm going to include that, she actually wrote out Cassie Clare and did a little heart on my arm, and I was just like, oh my gosh, that's so awesome. And yeah, it was really neat. And so she was only going to sign 2. You could have either the 10th anniversary and one other, or Lord of Shadows and one other. And so I did the 10th anniversary and Clockwork Angels. Now she only personalized one, so I got this one personalized. And Marty stood in line with me, and he got Lady Midnight and Lord of Shadows signed. Looks like that. Then I got Stephanie Garber to sign Caraval, and I just adore her. She was so sweet. It says, welcome, welcome, Melanie, to Caraval. And then she signed it down there. So Marissa Meyer, she signed Scarlet to Melanie, and it says, who's afraid? She signed Heartless, and this one was just signed in silver. And she also personalized Renegades for me. She wrote to Melanie, do you have what it takes? This is really cool. Okay. Lauren Oliver, we had signed Delirium. Marty was actually the one that stood in line for her. And she wrote to Melanie, thanks so much for being a fan. In Pandemonium, she just wrote for Melanie. And in Requiem, she wrote for Melanie. Libba Bray, Marty also stood in line for her. She wrote in A Great and Terrible Beauty, she wrote for Melanie, Stay Magical. And this one is probably one of my favorites. In Rebel Angels, she wrote, Dear Melanie, your husband is a rock star. Which I thought was really cool. Oh my gosh, so when I met Danielle Page and was getting her to sign my books, I told her that I have repeatedly raved on her books on my YouTube channel and that I just love them. And she asked me to write down the name of my YouTube channel, and I did, and I wrote it on the back, on a Post-it note, and she stuck it on the back of her phone because she said, oh, I have to go and check it out. And I was like, oh my gosh, Danielle Page is going to go to my YouTube channel. Okay. Okay, so here's what she wrote in Dorothy Must Die. And she was so cool. In The Wicked Will Rise, she wrote Stay Wicked. And then in Yellow Brick War, she wrote this. And I love her. Okay, so I met S.J. Jones, and she was actually helping me out with this Fierce Reads bingo thing. And we took a funny picture of, we had to take a silly picture together. And so we did the little moose ears. But we also took a regular picture, but the person that took our picture, I didn't notice until like way later. I took a picture of their finger instead of a picture of us. So the only picture I have is the funny moose ears one. So she wrote, be yourself. And Marty stood in line for Zach Brewer to get Xander's copy of the Chronicles of Vladimir Todd signed. And it says, Xander, stay fantastic. And it's got a cute little face with fangs. Like a little smiley face with fangs. I thought that was cute. Now, I got to go to the spotlight on Jason Segel and Kirsten Miller. And I got them to sign Otherworld for me. And it just says, to Melanie. And their signatures. And I got them to sign Nightmares for Xander. And for those of you that don't know, that haven't watched my channels with Xander, he's my son. Okay, Victoria Aviar was actually the first person I got an autograph for. We waited in line. Well, we got in line kind of early for her, maybe an hour before her signing was supposed to start. And so we were pretty close to the front of the middle, I guess you could say. And yeah, it didn't take too terribly long. I think once the signing started, we had about 30 to 40 minutes until we got up there to her. And she's super nice and so pretty. They're all like super pretty. So she signed Red Queen, Cruel Crown, and King's Cage. So this is somebody that I really would have liked to have met in person. But again, it was someone Marty had to get signed for me because I was in another line. He said that she very much reminded him of one of my best friends. I think it would have been really neat to meet her. But that is Sabata here. And she really does look like her character on this book. Some of these signatures I'm just seeing for the first time with you. Oh, that's cool. Okay, so I don't know if you can see it, but she wrote to Melanie, and then she drew this. Like her signature is also this cool little picture. I like that. I think that's really cool. Let's see if she did that on this one too. She did. So, unfortunately, I wasn't able to get Margaret Stoll's signature on these, but I was able to get Cami Garcia's on Beautiful Creatures. Aww. She wrote, Melanie is a beautiful creature. And she signed down here. So, on Beautiful Chaos, she wrote Melanie and Love and Chaos. And on Beautiful Darkness, she just wrote Melanie and signed down here. Okay, and then the last signature I got... And oh my goodness, this was a really, really long line. And I tell you what, this lady, when I saw her, I was just like, oh my gosh, she's so young. She looked like she was maybe 20 years old, but she's got like all these different big series out. And I had to Google and see how old she was. And she's actually 30, but she looks 20. She's just gorgeous. And that is Alexandra Bracken. Okay, so I listened to the audiobook. I actually went between the audiobook and the physical book of this, but when I was reading the book, I was actually in the book, and I didn't look at the front. And I had ordered this off of Amazon, I believe, and it was a used copy, and apparently it was already autographed in this blue, and it was personalized for, it said, to Brittany and Nicole. So somebody who had a book personalized sold it, which was really awkward because I didn't find this out until I was in her line. But she was nice enough to just scribble it out. She signed over it. She's like, oh my gosh, I don't even sign like that anymore. And so she signed over it and she wrote for Melanie at the top. Luckily, Wayfarer I bought new, so didn't have that problem. It says for Melanie, and she signed there. And those are all the books that I got signed at YALLFEST. I hope you enjoyed this video, or videos if I had to split it into two, which I'm guessing I probably did. But I really hope you enjoyed these videos, and if you did, give me a big thumbs up. If you'd like to see more videos like this, click that subscribe button down below. And until next time, bye!